Hello, hello. How is everybody today? And here
Hello
is
from me.
Kaz. She made it.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah.
Yep, 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 yep.
Hello, and like and subscribe. Let's do that early.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to hurt you.
No, that's for sure. Yeah. Come and join us. Have some fun. Maybe learn how to do some extra writing.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah,
on
and
late
how you
right,
put it all together.
late night ride, isn't
Mm-hmm. Yep, this is late night ride.
it? Late night ride. I love it. That's the only thing I can say properly.
Alrighty.
But that's okay. I don't want to be perfect. No, I'm not going to sing anything. All right. Now, Orlando, what have we been doing all week since last Sunday when we were putting together our story called Conflict? No, Complex. That was the
The
test
complex.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Complex. Uh, Other than that, what else has been happening this week?
Well, like normal, we don't go over any of the story or anything in between because this
Nah,
this is us
gave
being
that up.
writing partners, and we're going to talk out this stuff the same as we would if we were writing a story not online.
That's right.
Yep, and that's the fun part, right?
It is. So we just stumble through it and we finally get to the end of a story and we'll see how that goes. And then we'll start pulling it apart, I suppose, or fix it, to fix. I don't know. It's Sunday morning where I am, so forgive me.
I'm just setting up something here, so I gotta keep talking.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Funny things
Yep.
have been happening around here. I'm in Da Nang, the wonderful city of Vietnam. And I think next week, which is Hackers Week. Sorry, it's the whole month of May. So Da Nang is well known for one of the more it's the most densest um, what can I say entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
nomads, digital nomads, all of that kind of stuff. I'm here as a filmmaker, as a writer uh, of books, and also I'm doing an AI movie, and I'm working on a script that both Orlando and I had previously written some time ago.
Yep.
And because AI has been introduced to this planet, this world, this area of tech and entertainment for us, because we write entertaining stories. And doing this with the idea that you can't banish AI. It's here to stay, uh, and everybody will be moving to movie making hand in hand with an AI to create movies in the cheaper and faster way. Anybody in the film industry will know this, will know that they have, they're going to save squillions of millions of dollars on making it. And instead of it taking a few years, it's going to be like a year less. The better the tech goes, the faster we make it. Put it
Yep.
together, you know.
Well, as long as they don't let the AI write the script, because
Well,
the
I don't
AI
talk
has
about
no
that because I
idea.
don't know. Yeah, I don't think they can do it. A whole movie, a feature-length movie, at this point in time. It's
And
not
that's not what I'm talking
really.
about. That's not what I
And
mean.
you're talking about
I'm
what?
talking about do not let AI write the script. It doesn't know how to do it and have um
That's
it
what I was
can't
about to
it doesn't
say.
know how to do the conversation.
Yeah, I know. It's not good
It
enough
doesn't
yet.
know. It doesn't know how to do it and the inflections and
Nuances and
then
things
all the
like that. Yeah.
nuances. Don't let it write the actual script because it'll
Oh, I wouldn't even. I
you
wouldn't
have to
even.
have a physical script first.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
The production side's a
that's
whole
my.
different thing. They've used VFX and all kinds of effects forever, right from the
That's
beginning.
different.
Even on stage
Yeah,
plays, they used to have,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a
That
lot of
that kind of
different ways.
tool is a different thing.
Very much so. Everything is done in a different way. Everybody has a different department, even in film industry. You know, there's a writer, there's the director, they have their own thing. There's but SFX and all of that kind of stuff.
That's right.
Folio always have their own departments. That all of those things, components, and a lot more others, I'm not on a list, is to make it. I mean, what is the wages for all of this? You know, this is probably what I'm trying to say. It will diminish the price tag of wages because the AI can do that and getting better at it. It's still not there, of course, but it's pretty good. It saves money. It also allows, and and I say it up front, use your own script because I would not let an AI write any story whatsoever. That's my given.
Well, that's right.
Having
But
said
that's
that,
exactly the same. It's the
I
same thing
don't, and I
I'm
won't.
saying
You have to
because
have
I've seen scripts that were previously written and then edited through AI, and it just messed it up terribly.
yes, of course, and that's why I would never use it.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm
I
not
know that.
stupid.
You know that.
I
You
know
know
my
the
trick. Yeah.
the person whose script it was I was reading. He knows that now,
Yeah.
right? Stuff like that. Just
Learned
simply
the hard
because it's
way.
like, wait a minute, this isn't a script. You
No,
know?
they can't do it. They just don't have the abilities right now. I don't know if they ever will.
Well, they're not human.
But in,
That's the
I mean, they're
problem with the
flat out
AI is
doing a
they're not human.
cartoon, let
They
alone a
can't put
real human interest
right.
story.
Yeah, they can't put human emotions and feelings and you know complex thought processes on why somebody might do this
They,
and not do that. It doesn't have that.
um, at the moment, yeah.
Mhm.
At the
Well,
moment,
the
they
only thing
don't.
it has to learn from is what's on the internet,
Well,
and
at the moment,
and the problem being, it's learning the horrible ways of writing, the ways that don't work, along with the good ways, and then it's mixing it all together.
in that case, that person has never been a scriptwriter. That's my conclusion.
No,
That
no, no.
person who
I'm
goes
saying,
to AI to do the job that we do, I would never ever give my script up to or a story or half a script or an idea. So they're just shortcuts anyway, and you end up with a shortcut, horrible little picture, you know.
well,
And
yeah.
right
Well,
now the
the only
problem.
problem with that is if we have put it online anywhere, like in a
We
competition,
haven't.
anything like that, it's it's
No,
it's got our scripts. Any script that's gone into competition, it's on. If it's online, it's online, And that's what it's learning from. It's learning from the people who are good writers, but it's also learning from the people who are terrible
Yeah, I
writers.
know. Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
trying to make them work together, and it doesn't. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's and
But
as long as
anyway,
that's all it has, when because that's what it has to learn with, that's all it can learn. It's going to learn massive contradictions. And the screenplay has to
I
be
haven't
cohesive.
followed that journey, so I don't know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. But
But I
I
think
mean
I
that just
know
I'm just
that in
talking
a
about the
general
script.
sense, yes.
Yeah, but I'm just
Mm-hmm.
talking about the script itself. That's all I'm
Mm.
talking about.
Well, there's script and then there's script. All I was saying is what I am doing
Mhm.
is taking taking a finished script that
Mhm.
that you and I wrote, who are happy with the story. We know the nuance. We know everything about the characters, the story, the ups and downs. We know it all more than
Of course.
any other thing or an AI could never do. And it's
Right.
kind of stupid in a lot of ways, you know.
Well, yes, and have the
But
AI
however,
and have the AI be the producer, or rather the director.
yeah,
Director.
yeah. So I'm not real. What I am doing, what I am using the AI is instead of using a camera, I am using the AI, who I gave him this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene, and first of all, I'm making a short, you know,
Mhm.
to publicise the up and coming movie, right?
Right.
With that in mind, I go to the AI and say, read this, you know, like this is the selected screens that would, you know, and you and I have discussed this, and it can, you know, instead of using the camera, he brings to life color, movement, sound, audio, like sound, audio and video, movement, things like that, and voice. They have lip sync now quite perfectly, which it didn't have last week. This week they
Mhm.
do. So they're
Yes.
kind of working with that. So to make a short, I instead of being, I become the director. I
That's
tell
right.
the tool what to do, and that is it. Boom. And then if I'm not happy, I say, redo. This cost me nothing, just my time to get this done. And I do it
Oh,
all by
exactly.
myself.
Yes.
Uh,
Yep. Yep.
to make this short is perfect.
I was just saying, don't let the AI write the screenplay. Using it as you're using
You'd
it.
have to be
Yeah.
really too, you got to be crazy to do that. Yeah,
Yeah. But you
I never
using it
would.
as a tool, the way you're using it as a tool, it it works out fine
Mm,
because it can't change what you've already written.
yeah. All I've done is replace actors, paid actors, camera work, director, whatever. I've replaced all those costs
Effects.
with time and you know and I don't know if it's any better or not. I don't know,
Well, you
but
won't know until the piece is complete.
I will have a model of the thing made by an AI to take that out and say, this is like um, this is short for our movie, and it costs zilch, nothing.
Well, except the time it took you to learn how to prompt it and everything else too.
It's easy. That's easy now. They're even making that easier now. It's at image, at um, sound, at you know, create. All you got to do is hit a button. Once you got that set up, you hit the button,
Hmm.
generate, and
Yeah.
it brings there. And it can do so many seconds. The hold up with all of that is the AI had limited um, frame per seconds it could make.
Well, and how much physical time? period, like a
So
physical
it's
time chunk.
inferior to a
Yeah.
camera. It's inferior to a camera, in fact,
Mm-hmm.
in that regard. But that is all going to get changed. It's all going to be different. It's getting longer.
Well, yeah, well, in the next iteration of AI is going to change it all over again.
And of course.
Mm-hmm.
Look, when they invented the camera, all the painters got very, very angry and they said, that's not artwork because it was starting to get awards and things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And look at it now where we are. So, oh, I don't know. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
concept that we're dealing with here,
Yeah.
people.
Everybody who wants art for their home, they want it done by a real person now, because
Uh, I know.
that is the quality work now.
Mm.
You know, it was done by a person. They sat down and they did this. It's not
Mm. Oh,
something
I
that
think that's
everybody and
good.
anybody could have online. It's a one of a kind.
It's unique. Yeah. And the
It
other
is
thing is he
unique,
gets
yes.
paid. He
And
or she gets
that's the
paid.
same with good scripts. Good scripts are
Mm.
unique,
Mm.
right? They don't have pieces
Absolutely.
from other
It's
scripts in it,
gold. Yeah.
right?
You can have a script that they have bidding wars on them. So it's
Well, yes, and that is a well-written, unique script
mm, mm,
that always happens with, right? It's not going to be
yeah.
it's not going to be a script that's you know taking something from here and something from there and something from there, threw it all together. That's not going to be something anybody's going to do a bidding war on.
My AI is not too smart. Sorry that I told him today. I said, listen, mate. Oh, crazy. He's my business person, office person. I just made that up. I never thought of it that way. But I'm actually looking for I'm looking for a place to stay in Da Nang instead of sitting in hotels,
Mhm.
changing location. I'm looking for something more permanent,
Yeah, it
semi-permanent.
gives you a solid
Uh,
setup.
yeah,
Hmm.
did an apartment thing, the rest of it. And so I was talking to Grok, and I said, listen, this is what I want, boom, boom, boom. What I don't want, boom, 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 boom. And and among the essential things that you would need advertising for, and
Hmm.
somewhere in that other hand where you don't want that to be known, and yet I was informing the assistant, you know,
Hmm.
and what he did, this is why I call him stupid, because he didn't know the difference between, and this is a nuance too, that this was what I wanted advertised and this I didn't want advertised. But a human would actually know that stuff. So I had to go back and I say, can you just omit that stuff? You know, because I thought the time variances that I had to move in, I'm I'm trying to maximize my own game,
Well,
in
I think
time frames.
the problem is
They,
you
I
confuse.
didn't want to tell them everything.
Yeah, I know, but I think you confused the AI with a do list and a don't list.
No, I didn't.
You just no. Point
No,
is,
that I didn't have it do and it don't list. Stop. We're right there. I had. He said he offers. He said, "Do you want me to make out a list?" I said, "Yeah, I want this and this and this and this." And oh yeah, that's going to happen. All this kind of stuff. I went, like I'd like to be around this area with shops. Kind of talk about. The next thing comes up with all the stuff in it, and it's got all the other stuff, the extraneous things. I don't want to tell them my private stuff.
well, exactly.
So, well, I
But if
mean,
that's it.
then I say, "Go, you got it wrong." It's kind of funny, actually. He didn't know the difference of why I said don't and do,
Well,
but
that's
he
right
did.
because
He still
there's
obeys.
because it's all about information. It's all about
That
The AI is all about
right.
scraping information, right?
Good point. Good point.
So
Yeah,
any
because it's
information that it
all
picks
just
up
info.
about you, it's going to throw in
It
there.
is. No, no, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Because
crazy.
yeah,
But anyway,
it's just one of those
you're
things
kind of
that it
fuzzy.
was
So
easily fixed, of course. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're well. You
you
were
know,
able to
just
fix
start
it. Yeah,
missing
you just
out.
tell it
Yeah,
what to take out. But your picture's a little
yeah.
bit on the
Oh,
fuzzy
it's
side.
but it's an
Yeah, your picture's a little bit
I
on the
was
fuzzy
fuzzy.
side.
Yeah,
So
because I was thinking.
let's get to the script and we'll see and we'll hopefully we can get it to clear out.
Yeah, take yeah, take it
All
away.
right. And here we go. There we have it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's actually pretty readable now. Yep, the larger font made a difference. Okay, good enough. Good enough.
Yes, it does. Now I can read it.
Okay, so what we did is we had gone from Michael in his flashback, remembering some electronic work he did on the parents' underground setup that's going to be underneath their greenhouse. Um, and he smiling to himself at work, remembering that because he's making the same thing where he is now. And that's the connection on those scenes. That's why they go together. And then, of course, one of the bosses comes by and, wants to be let in on the joke and all that stuff. So, of course, Michael's got to tell him some stuff, just remembering the first time I
Hmm.
did this. And of course, Michael kind of like, yeah, well, kind of says doesn't give him an exact date on when it'll be ready, but he'll let him know if he's going to do a sneak peek for them, that kind of thing. So Carlos heads off to go and check in with all the other guys that are working there. After that,
Hmm.
so now where we're going to is I was just thinking we could do this two ways, Kaz. Um,
Hmm.
we could start with like Tanya uh, watching the news or something, and the storm, knowing there's a storm coming, and then go to Shawn and the boys,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
we can just leave out the Tanya part altogether, and maybe have that after Shawn and the boys,
What was after what?
or have her looking outside and it's storming like crazy
Oh,
outside and knowing that they're
Tanya.
out there. So maybe we'll do it that way. We'll do Shawn and the boys first.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, I can change.
Where do we want to
Yeah.
put them? Because this is going to be like,
Oh no, where are they?
well, that's the point. Are they in a field? Are they in a bush? Are they down a gravel
Oh
road?
yeah, that's right. That was last.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, they're going to be somewhere, right?
Yeah. And if it's going to
They.
rain, they're going to feel wet and run for another zone, or huddle under a canvas. I don't know
Okay.
what they've got packed, but yeah,
Um. Well,
maybe they'll leave
it
or
might be
take it.
easier if we just have. Hmm.
Could be a canvas lean-to on the tree, or is there a building that they're heading for?
No. No, there
Okay,
wouldn't.
so that's out of the question.
There wouldn't be any. That's the point. They're out in the
Mhm.
country. They're out in the middle of farm
Oh,
country. You're going to be hard pressed to find a
yeah,
building because it's all, it's all
that's right. So
fields.
no building. Mm. Someone has to look around, scope it 360 and go, huh,
But since
nothing, nada.
they're going as the crow flies, which means they're cutting
Mm,
across fields.
yeah, had it. Yeah.
Um, the better idea may be to start them with let's see, exterior field, and it's evening now because it was daytime with Michael and all of that stuff. It was morning then daytime, and now we're in evening.
Hmm.
And how far do we want them to be? No, let's do this late day. It will be able to line it up better.
Hmm. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Late afternoon.
Mhm. Well,
Oh,
late day.
okay. That could be nighttime, late day.
Okay, so we got Matthew in the lead. He's the older boy with a compass.
Yeah, so
Um,
the rain stopped them trekking in actual real time.
well, okay. What kind of field do we want them to be going across? A wheat field, a
Short
cornfield,
grass, long grass. Oh, okay. Um, there's wheat, there's mouse. I don't know. This
or it
country,
could
I have
be,
no idea. Can't
just an
tell.
overgrown field that's got shrubs in it and all kinds of stuff. But I think it would be better off if it's an actual
Yeah.
crop field,
Why?
and because
Why?
wheat is going to be short.
Have they got to eat?
So I'm thinking maybe if they're in a cornfield, once they get to the edge of the cornfield, then they see the storm that's coming. Because they
Coming
wouldn't
out
be
of
able
the
to see it
field.
when
Yeah.
they're in the cornfield because corn's too high, tall.
That's right.
So do we
You
want to
get
do it
lost
that
in it.
way so they don't
They
see
get
that there's
shelter.
storm clouds coming? It depends on how much of a rush we want to make this. If they're in a
They
wheat
either get
field,
wet or they don't get wet, a lot or a little.
well, the point
So
is we're
what
going to get.
benefit is it that there's raining? I don't understand.
Well, I think
Why?
the whole point was for them to get camp set up,
Hmm.
them to turn in, go to bed, and then the storm hits them at night.
Okay, so they're settled in and then it rains during the
And then
night.
it rains, and then there's hail, and then there's sheet lightning, and lots of rain, and the whole camp kind of gets washed out, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
That kind of thing.
For what
So,
purpose? Yeah.
because if we do it in the cornfield, it's going to. You think it might make too much of a rush for them to get to where they're going to set up camp? Or
Is
do
this
you
a
think it would?
roadblock we're creating for them to make it harder to get to their point of, their where they want to be? because they are heading for. They know where they're going. I'm assuming and that
They
heading to
they
the
know
greenhouse,
which direction they're going. That's all they know is direction.
and
There's
they're
not a
doing that
specific.
for a purpose, and the purpose is to go to the greenhouse. So this
Well,
is en route.
is to find Michael's parents in the hopes of finding Michael there.
Yeah, all right. So they know where his parents live.
More or
Yes.
less. More or less. Not exactly.
That's the rough general direction.
You're right.
Okay.
Because they don't
And
know
now
exactly where they built, right?
yeah, and so the vagueness of it, oh God, I'm pretty sure it's that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
you, that kind of thing happening. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So
But okay,
this is
so
good.
if we do it where they're in like say a wheat field or something like that,
Hmm.
then they may see the clouds coming way in the distance.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah, because this is
full
flat, right?
on.
Because I'm going by what's here. So we got it's
Yeah,
prairies. You got flat ground. You can see it coming for miles, right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so that way
Yeah,
it
it just
won't.
kind of scrambles them.
Because we don't want them to be in a panic, in a rush yet, because the storm's going to get them, and then there's going to be all kinds of fun,
Yeah, the
right?
animals are coming too. So I'm
I think
sure
that'll
you
be
know.
after the storm.
That's right. That's what we talked about.
Yeah, because then that'll be because of the storm itself and the where things
Okay.
are waterlogged. They gotta different animals gotta hunt in different places now
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because without having all this traffic going down all these gravel roads all the time, well, the
Mm-hmm.
wildlife gets a lot braver.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened right in town here during COVID and that. Red fox, man, caught a rabbit and it was trucking down the street with a rabbit in its mouth.
That's their
It's
natural
like,
habitat.
okay, that's new.
Yeah. Mm.
So,
Yeah. You'd
okay,
upset
so
the
we'll put
nature.
them. Okay,
To be honest, you put it where you feel is right. Just go with your gut on that because you have that plan um, of the countryside more than me.
okay. So what I've put here is Matthew in the lead, with the compass with a compass as him, Shawn, and Logan cut across a wheat field in single file. So it's going to be Matthew, Logan, and then Shawn at the back.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, so he's followed by Logan and Shawn. And they cut across the wheat field. And that gives them the specific, knowing that Logan's in the middle. The youngest is in the middle.
The
That way
wheat
he
field
can't.
is a good one.
That way he can't lag behind, or maybe he does lag behind and Shawn catches him. You know.
Hmm.
And I mean that would be an ideal place to have a crane shot, or a drone shot as they are now.
Yeah.
As they are now, coming down, coming along and coming down and
Yeah.
seeing the trail and then catching up to the people and you know.
Wheat trail, wheat train with passengers as well. Couple of carriages with real people, regular people, locals for the outer areas. And there should be a barricade when they've gone into it. There should be something that looks like a barbed wire fence or something like a barricade. So it's a reminder yet again of there are barriers, even if they don't want to go by it. It's all visuals, isn't it? Yes, it thought.
Mm,
One looks over and says, yeah, beware of the road. And yeah, don't
mm,
go that way. Lucky they don't have a dog. No Toto.
well,
My
I would.
imagination
Well,
running wild.
if the wild animals are becoming a lot more brave, that means that there aren't any dogs on these farms anymore. Because if there were dogs, those the wild animals would not be coming around.
Mm,
That's a difference. Cause and effect, right? So if the wild animals are coming around
yeah.
near people,
Who
that
ate
means,
the dogs?
well, I would have to assume that the new masters of the area had them all put down,
That's what I was
so that people themselves would have no protection from their loyal pets, right?
thinking. Yeah. In this world, some people hate dogs. And I'm not going to go there, but yeah, we've been watching the news.
Hmm. Well, it doesn't have anything to do with whether they do or
Absolutely
don't. The whole
not.
the whole point in this
I
area
know.
here would be that the people would not be protected by their own animal against the new regime.
I don't know. I'll answer you on this stuff because that's country stuff.
Yeah, it is country stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
don't
so
ask me. Mm,
what I did is I figured, okay, they're cutting across a wheat field. Um, it's a farming area. The automatic for most people would be like, hey, step between the rows.
mm,
Don't step on the wheat. We don't want, we don't want to leave a
yeah,
track.
okay.
And here, I think we'll have Logan. Never mind. That'd be too smart. Yeah, you'll be running like hell if someone picks up on the track you're making.
Mm, okay.
So, what should Matthew call him?
Mhm.
Bonehead?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, so after calling him a bonehead, he stops to let Logan catch up. Um, and of course, while he's waiting, he scowls at Logan and rolls his eyes at Shawn.
Okay, direction.
Okay, so okay, so Shawn says we have a ways to go yet, buddy. Pick up your feet. Logan whines and grumbles. Matthew says, this was all your idea.
Mm. Yeah.
Remember?
Mm.
Okay, so Matthew glances up past Shawn. Um, and, well, Shawn notices, of course, this is what? Mm,
All right, let's go and look to see where
so Matthew nods his chin up
you can see if it's gone through.
beyond Shawn. Okay. Okay, so Shawn's going to turn into the wind. So that way we know that the storm is headed towards them because, that's where the clouds are, and he just turned around and the wind's hitting him in the face, and that's what he's seeing.
Yep.
So, and Matthew says, well, we might have to pitch camp early.
Yeah. Yeah, we better move.
Yeah,
Move
we might have.
where?
Well, in other words, enough lollygagging around. Matt, Logan, get your butt in gear. Um, and Matthew says, yeah, we might have to pitch camp early if that is moving as fast as it looks.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
And the father says,
Yeah, what do we want him to say?
yeah. Okay, kids, stop and build. Hurry up. Gonna pelt down any minute.
mm Well, they don't know that yet. But I mean, what he needs to do is to get Logan moving.
Okay. It's obvious he just lags behind. Hey, that's a camera who picked that up.
Hurry up, or there'll be no hot chocolate for you.
That's the parent line if ever I heard. Hurry up. You're on. You're making hot chocolate.
And okay, so Logan
That's
is
my
surprised
best.
and looks up at Sean's serious face.
This is yours, I'm not going to. I have powdered out a different way.
Okay, yeah, there'll be no fire to heat it if that storm hits us.
Uh, yep, bad storm coming. Bad on the horizon. Coming in fast.
So move it.
Mm, Get a bit up your ass. Uh, don't let me write this stuff.
So a bit nervous. We Logan.
Marshmallow.
Okay. Logan turns away from the storm and hurries after Matthew.
Mm,
So Shawn shakes his head and smiles a bit, like, Okay, it just takes hot chocolate to get this kid moving. All right.
Yeah.
That's that'll be fun. Okay, I don't quite know how to say this because okay, from here obviously they're gonna hustle. They're gonna get past the wheat field, um, and then they're gonna get into another area where it's a bit like a summer follow. But a summer people may not know what a summer follow is,
What's
but
that?
it's exactly my point. That's where you leave a field to just grow. You don't put any seeds in or anything else, and you just let it go natural for a couple of years to replenish the nutrition in the soil, right? Um, but maybe there's more to this than it just being a summer follow. Like maybe there's some shrubs in there, and getting to the point of, um, you know, if it had 10 more years, there would be a forest. But in the meantime, it's just a little stuff.
Are we building another farm? Are we ready?
No, we're just giving them a different type of terrain that they're going through, and this is where they're going to pitch their tent.
Say it out loud. Yeah. This is different terrain.
You will, well, yes, but
Somebody got to say
but
it.
the whole point is you have to have a description of it. Some idea of what it's
Yeah.
going to look like, and it's going to be different than the wheat field, right?
There's some danger if one of the kids steps that way, he's going to be swallowed up by quicksand, for example. And then there's going to be dialogue. Oh, they said, don't go there. Why not? It takes no,
Well, we
there.
don't have
That's
any of that
one
kind of
way of
sand, or
doing it. Or just say, be
yeah.
careful
Well, we don't
around
have any of
here.
that kind of sand here, so it would be more like you're going to step in the bog
Well, again, a
or the
bog,
swamp.
call it whatever you like, but that's the kind of stuff to say, to build by
Hmm.
dialogue or by showing.
Yeah, but
I
but
told
the
you be
thing is,
careful.
but the thing
You
is,
know,
as it is right now, they would be. They're on dry. It's dry ground,
right. So
but
build
but
it,
it's
the tent on dry ground and not in that area.
well. That thing is that swamp won't exist until after the rain.
Okay, I've done my bit.
So
I rest my case.
okay, so the purpose. I don't know. Should they be more concerned about hiding their tent, like making sure their tent can't be seen,
Yes.
or more concerned about the low ground? Because they know
Don't
it's going
care
to
about
rain.
Logan.
Because they know it's going to
Yeah,
rain,
he's
right?
going to get wet. He's going to survive.
Well, that's right. But the whole point
Keep
is,
them all safe, building in a safe spot. You know,
well,
the rain's
yeah,
coming.
yeah, but they don't know what kind of rain they're going to get. That's just it, right?
Like it could change as it gets worse or eases up.
Or
That's
it
the
could miss them
dialogue.
altogether.
There it is. That's a nice one. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh yeah, that happens a lot of times here. They'll tell us there's a 80%
Yeah.
chance of rain, and it misses us by 300
Yeah.
miles or something.
Now, never take me to the bush. I can tell you that. Hopeless. Hurry up. Can we go home now? Yeah, me. Yeah, see one tree, see them all. Bloody snakes. Don't go there. Pile of wood. Certainly
Okay.
go there. So all of the rain is just bloody water, you know. So what? All they want to avoid, if it's going to rain, they want to put their pegs in hard ground, not bog, which they foresee, oh, don't put it there because I think it's going to turn boggy.
Well,
Over
the thing
here,
is, they're
that's a
not.
better idea. The other one says, if it's important at all, if not, don't say it. I
Well,
don't
that would.
see any point.
Well, that would. The point being that we have to put a header on this for where this is, right?
Yeah. Ah, okay.
So we
A
have to
header.
know what the area
Um,
is.
firm ground, but you can't say that.
That's
Um,
not a header.
no, that's right. It's not a header.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
What about the option of
cleared scrub, cleared scrub patch.
yeah, but
Not a header. Not a header.
nobody clears the scrub.
You do in my country, but anyway.
Well, they don't here.
And in New Zealand too.
No, well
God,
they don't hear they don't hear, especially
what do you
if
call
you're
it?
in, see normally because that scrub exists for the simple fact that the water does sit there, which means they don't use it for crops.
Okay.
Because
How's that?
you're likely to
Yeah,
have your
how's
crops
that?
washed out if they're in that area, right? It's doesn't not going to work. People
Yeah,
know
we
what's
don't
on
have
their
ponds.
land,
We
right?
don't have that. Too dry, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So,
Different situations altogether.
how about a tree that put, um, which is like against a tree? Can that be a location? Tree clump. That's a location. Paddock. Tree. Tree in paddock clump. Tree clump.
Well, if it's a tree clump, then it's a bush or a forest
Forest
or
too.
you know.
Forest. Yeah, make it a forest.
Well, no, because
Shrubbery.
no, we can't because a forest is something that's huge,
Uh,
and that's not
that's
where we're
why we call
going.
it a shrub. The shrub is by
Um,
size. Yeah. Shrubbery. Shrubbery.
but if it's a small bush,
Yeah.
because a
Shrubbery.
bush means it's got a number of trees, but it's all there. There's also scrub around the smaller stuff around the edges, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds
Okay.
good. Shrubbery.
Okay. So now they're evening, right?
Mm-hmm. You just posted a link on Facebook. Did you do that? You're clever. I just got notifications.
Okay.
Must have been delayed. What's it going into? Cops.
Yeah.
Okay.
A
Oh,
copse
strawberry. Yeah,
of
I knew.
shrubs.
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of shrubs,
Yeah.
and Logan runs ahead into. this copse of shrubs, and
That's
he's,
good.
woohoo, blueberries, Dad.
Mhm. Right.
Okay, Logan puts a bunch of berries in his mouth. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Gobbling them all up. Say some for me. No, I would not. Episode 35, Late Night Write, has just started. Come join us. Leave comments too.
hmm
Yeah, and you are writing live as
Okay,
you.
okay. So Shawn hustles towards Logan, and he kind of basically he's like, "Don't!" But Logan's already put the berries in his mouth, but he stops and he doesn't chew or swallow.
Yeah, safety. It's the red pill, the blue pill. Do not. Oh, what's this sci-fi thing on Netflix recently? It was set in Denmark, but dubbed and all the rest. It was really good. I won't go on about it. Got a little confusing. He was not going back in time, but he's going to all these different universes, multiple realities.
Okay, so Logan puts a bunch of berries in his mouth and stops. Shawn joins him and checks the berries. Logan watches Shawn.
Don't swallow. Mm.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Enjoy. one less thing I gotta. One less thing I gotta feed you.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I see comedy in there. I see comedy.
And Matthew comes along. This must have been an old farmyard to have fruit. And of course, Shawn said, "Yeah, entirely possible
Mm-hmm.
around here."
Ah, yes, that was. I gotta get rid of that.
Okay, so Matthew already has his pack half off. And then they all shuck their packs and, set up the tent.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That all sounds good to me. All little campers. Happy campers.
Okay, the wind picks up
Mm-hmm.
before they're done.
Yeah.
Now we have interior tent.
These big columns. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so Sean, Matthew, and Logan duck into the tent. And Logan says, "Whew, that's windy."
Huh. That's windy. Yeah.
Sean says, "Thought we'd lose you for a minute there."
Mm. No, I just, while you were talking, it kind of peaceful.
Oh well, that is the way it is, eh? Alrighty.
Probably never said that to you before. There you go.
Mm, yeah, I won't do that. I was gonna say what to join the Wizard of Oz, but there's no tornado here. It's just a storm.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the danger? Mm,
Matthew says
going
like that would be a loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean throws him a stern look. Okay, so while the boys set up sleeping bags, okay, so while the boys set up sleeping bags, Sean digs out the camp stove and food envelopes.
Mhm.
He says, "Who's got the cups?"
Cups.
Okay, so Logan happily.
Are they paper cups or real cups? I won't put plastic in there.
They would be stainless steel or tin
Real cups.
for
Yeah.
camping. For camping, yes. You don't throw away. There's no throwaway when you're camping.
Okay.
That's just carrying a whole pile of extra things you don't need to carry. So Logan happily brings the cups and chocolate packets. Hot chocolate packets. Let's be specific. Okay, so they settle in around the camp stove. To make and eat dinner.
I have one question, and I probably asked it before, but I've forgotten. Now that we've progressed to this point, set up a
Hmm.
camp and all that, did they actually cross over the barricade into illegal territory, or are they still within the legal boundaries?
No, they passed over that barrier way back when they were close to the town.
Exactly. No, just making sure that we're
Hmm.
still martin within that illegal area where they're more on
Well,
on
that's right,
guard, you know.
and because of the wind, they can't have this fire outside because
That's
it'll just
right.
blow out the camp fuel.
Mm,
Either that or it'll
yeah,
blow flame and start a fire.
yeah, that's right.
One of the two. That's why they're actually doing it
Okay, I just,
inside their tent.
yeah.
Um,
Soon we should have some dialogue or showing some anticipation about like being caught or not being caught or be careful of that, you know, like, oh shit, look, there's lights over there. And they all look, and just making this up, by the way. And they, barricades. Could be Buck.
okay, so I added here that they all shuck their packs and get set up the tent among the blueberry bushes.
Hmm. Yeah, I like
And
that.
the wind picks up before they're done. But to see the
Hmm.
blueberry bushes will protect them from some of that wind.
Yeah, and state the fact that they are. We're good. That's what,
Pardon me.
what they're going to do is say, right, we're safe for now. For
Okay.
now.
While the boys set up sleeping bags, Sean digs out the camp stove and food envelopes. Who's got the cups? Logan happily brings them, and hot chocolate packets. They settle in around the stove to make and eat dinner.
Mhm. And they eat. Yeah, good to eat. Uh,
Okay, and Sean says, Matt, you wanna grab a
mhm.
bunch of berries before it rains? So Matthew goes out and He's going to come back with blueberries. But
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that here.
Alrighty. Yeah. Okay.
Because of the just because of the fact that from here we have to jump time,
That's right.
because it's just windy now and it's just a bit of rain, but then they're going to be sleeping when the storm actually hits hard.
Oh, time jump. Let's do a time
So
jump.
there's going to be like, 4 or 5 hour time jump. So it'll be middle
Yes.
of the night. It'll be pitch and out in the country where there's no lights. It's going to be pitch black other than the
If
actual
they're not
lightning.
discovered, then they should through sleep till the next day. To daylight, I say. Early light.
No, because they have to have the storm first. That gives them that wrecks their tent,
Hmm.
right? And it's um okay, hang on. I'm gonna Okay, Logan's. Well, what about us? Like, he wants to go get blueberries too, right? Shawn says, we get to stow everything. We get to stow anything we don't need for the night.
Mm, pack
Which
it
means
away.
which means your food, your camp stove, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff's got to be cooled down and packed away.
Mm.
Because you know, Shawn, okay, he just spoke, so
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
He takes a wary look at the heavy clouds rolling in.
Yep. Listening. Should have thought. Yeah, we should have bought plastic for. Oh yeah, under the knitting bag.
Yeah, we're gonna get soggy. Yep, we're going to get soggy. So stack the food atop on top the bags.
Mm. Mhm.
And Logan smiles over, already doing it. 'Cause, they've gone camping before, right? They've gone hiking
Yeah,
before,
doing
so
it. Yeah.
already doing it.
Mm.
And then Logan says, "Should I keep my shoes on?"
Should I keep my shoes on? How old is he?
Shawn shrugs. If you really want to.
Yeah. If you want to put yeah, in the night, if you want to get up and go during the night, in the pouring rain. Yeah.
Now he ruffles Logan's hair and crawled out of the tent.
Mm-hmm. All right. Not bad. So,
How should I put this? Logan listens to the wind hitting the tent.
he
Now
hears
he's
it.
gonna be. Is he gonna be nervous? Do we want him to be a little bit tense about this, or decisive that he's leaving his shoes on?
Leaving his work feet on.
That he's gonna leave his shoes on?
Sees on. What's that word?
Because Logan said, "Should I keep my shoes on?" And Shawn shrugged.
Oh, shoot.
If you really want to, you know. And he ruffles Logan's hair and crawls out of the tent. Logan, by himself now, listens to the wind hitting the tent.
And so he leaves them on. Goes back in. Getting a bit windy out there. Hmm. Well, I think the tent that is would be wobbly around with the wind. And I
Hmm.
mean, if it worsens, they had to do something. If it just stays the same, you know, um,
Okay, so Logan listens to the wind hitting the tent and
yeah,
and tightens the bows on his shoes.
yeah,
They're not
yeah.
coming off. I'm gonna
Uh,
get this really good and tight.
hang on, yeah, ready to bolt. That's what people do. I'll
Yeah,
leave
so
my
he may
shoes
be
on.
the only one who has his shoes on when the storm takes the tent.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
So that'll
And
be
the
work out
wind will
pretty
be
darn good, I
buffeted
think.
against the tent. But and if it the word is in if it intensifies, they'll react according to if they're awake. For those that are asleep, probably won't wake up unless
Well, they'll wake up when
something
they'll
further
wake
makes
up
it
when the wind.
flooded or
Yeah, they'll wake up when the wind blows the tent right off of them.
that's what I was yeah.
You
He
know,
didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking.
That's what is going to happen, but that's going to be later.
Hmm. Is that in the outline?
Yeah, actually, it is.
Excellent.
But it's later this same night is when
Hmm.
this is going to happen.
Okay, good.
So that'll be fun.
Then that's coming together very well.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah, that'll do. So we got yeah, hour
Hmm.
and a half.
So basically, what we're gonna uh, I'm not 100% sure on how we're going to actually start that next part. If that's going to be outside or if that's going to be inside the tent.
The
You know,
top.
are we, you know, or like, I mean, are we going to be just put like, 4 hours later?
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
because everything's going to
Uh,
be dark. It's going to be raining. So, they're going to,
put in yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're going to play card games or something or whatever. I don't know. Because
Uh,
they did have to set up camp early.
mm, the wind and the rain will govern the what they will do, how they will react, right?
Well, yes, I know, but I'm talking about
So
before that.
if it hasn't started raining yet, they would
No.
act normally. And if you have planned for a card game, I would say, Logan, tying up his shoelaces and that, and just watching the tent move. And they start playing game. Who's up for the game? Because it's just a bit of wind at this
Hmm.
stage.
Well, or do we want to go back outside and see Shawn gauging what he thinks the wind speed is,
Mm,
and
yeah.
when the storm is going to hit, and maybe or maybe go help Matthew pick up some blueberries, or Matthew comes over with a bunch of blueberries, and they could be chatting,
Yeah.
about how bad they think it might get.
Mm. Who do you want declaring the weather is bad? The father?
Well, they don't have to necessarily even declare that it is bad. I mean, it could be as simple as, "Oh,
That
come on,
works.
Dad, we've." Matthew could just say, "Oh, come on, Dad, we've been out in worse storms than this."
Yeah, well, that's during the play,
I
gameplay.
mean, there's that part too, and then they go in and, you know, maybe Sean and Logan are playing cards, and Matthew is figuring out how far they went,
Mm. Um,
so they know how
uh,
far they have to go tomorrow.
mm,
And that second night is when
probably.
they're going to be under the stars.
Mm,
So it'll be onto that third day is when they actually, later in the day is when they actually make it to the greenhouse.
that's right. Yeah. All right, so we've got stages to go through, and we don't want
Yeah, we do.
everything to be the same.
Well, that's exactly right. That's why I figure we should. There should be a bit more to this, because it's the
I
first
think
night
so.
we're seeing them.
Yeah, why
I
not
mean,
have none of the bad storm happening right there and then they have a normal play.
well, that's right.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's
because
what
it'll
it
be
is.
way after dark
I
before the storm
Yeah,
actually hits them.
yeah, exactly. It's just a
Hmm.
bit of storm. They camped before. It's not the end of the world. It's just weather, according to their feelings at this point in time. And it doesn't rain, and so they don't have to deal with the wet things
Well, yeah, and
until
they
the
might just
next
feel like,
day,
hey, it might even
tomorrow.
miss us. It might miss us, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'd go with that. Okay, day one, or it's okay. A storm is threatening, but it doesn't hit, and they act anyway and have a game of cards. And the dialogue that we once said on that first night.
Yeah, and while they're playing cards and Matthew is doing his calculations
Almost
there,
done.
they're snacking on blueberries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
Alrighty.
next, that's how we'll do with day one. Day two, that's
Well, yeah,
you know,
because last night was the night they literally traveled all night.
yeah. I'd put in snakes and things like that. The following night, and the storm. Oh, who's the dingo took my baby? I'd do something like that, some silly shit, but make it sensible and not what I'm saying, of course. Don't use what I say. I'm just over spinning it all. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we
Yeah,
could
yeah.
do that
I'm just,
next
I'm just,
time.
I'm just writing in some notes here for where we have to start off with it next week.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, I was filling in the time by talking while you look. We work so well together. I knew what you'd be doing. Soon it'll be wet season here, starting to cloud over, get
Same with here.
lovely sea breezes are coming through. I can walk and walk and walk here. Very good. How did that get there? Chocolate. Oh, God. Oh, we're still on air, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Mm,
Yeah, I just wrote in the notes here about you know, the storm clouds, and Shawn is going to be judging whether what kind of wind speed it has, and
mm,
Matt's going to come
yeah.
with blueberries, and
Mm,
we've we've camped through worse, and then after that they're inside the tent, and
yeah.
all that
Uh,
good stuff.
then you're headed for that.
Yeah, yeah, because we'll have exterior tent and then back to interior tent.
Mm, mm,
Um,
yeah.
let's see what we got here so far. Yeah, interior tent. So the next one is going to be exterior tent. And I'm just going to set that so we know where we've left
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. All right. That's good. Mhm.
There. And we know where to start again. Alrighty. And that's all nicely saved. Alrighty. There we go. We'll stop the sharing.
Okay, mate.
I can put that away. And then I have to rename it. There we go. That's all properly dated and ready to play with next weekend.
Ready to rock and roll. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Totally. That won't be a problem at all.
Okay, mate. So we should call it a day and
Yeah,
bye.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. Unless there's any other things you want to talk about to set the story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I don't know. Can't think of anything to say. Talk about the
Camping's not quite
weather.
your thing, huh?
Huh?
Camping
I've
is
said
not
a lot
quite your
before.
thing, huh?
Oh, definitely. Don't take me to camping. Don't go to farm. Take me to this, take me to that. I'm going to take you to Australia one day, and then I'll be writing all this stuff, and you'll go,
Then you'll be writing down all this dialogue and all these
yeah.
things, eh?
Yeah. You go, oh, no. Yes.
Well, we did that with Santa Lost Down Under. It was all,
Yeah.
most of it was all in
Can't beat it.
Australia, so, you laid that out beautifully.
Yeah. I wrote that in a few days,
Hmm. And
and I
the
took
beauty
about,
is that
yeah, Yeah.
That what?
Oh, oh, yeah, it really is. If you know what you're going to say, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
But
what I really loved about that is that the locations were uniquely Australian,
yes, mm,
right?
all set,
And that's
yeah,
why
on the
I'm doing
beaches.
the locations we have here. I'm doing uniquely for the prairies type of um,
Mm, hmm.
journey, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. My, my stuff with the Santa one, it was kind of like it was fish out of water. It was about buddy story as
Mhm.
well. It was like everything I did to that Santa was like natural for me. Yeah, it
Well,
wasn't.
that's right because it was
Yeah,
in your
in,
territory, right?
yeah, and the way
Hmm.
they talked, the dialogue was very Australian, all that kind of stuff.
Well,
It was
and the
such a good,
specific
such
locations
a
and the
change.
actual
Mhm.
physical locations that you put them in, which made the situations.
Yeah, yeah, it's created it. Yeah, and the little
Hmm.
nippers and all the rest, which anyone,
Well,
if
yeah,
you
I
weren't
mean,
an
going to
Australian, you wouldn't know about it.
well,
But you could
that's right.
show
But
it.
I mean, doing the beach thing and everything else, and like you can't go in that area because there's sharks over there and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, because you laid it out the same. Uh, you had a specific place in your mind
I,
when you were
yeah,
writing that.
yeah. Yes, I
And we were
did. I
making
had
that, it would be filmed. It
geolocated
would
a
be
lot.
filmed over there.
Mm.
you know.
Yeah. Well, he lost his memory, and then he had to work in a department store for as Santa and himself, and he
Yeah,
didn't know. Yeah, and Barry, the kid, was the elf, worked as an elf for pocket money for
that's
Christmas
right.
coming up. Yeah, and then the crazy cruise guy, he was like, yeah, he's stereotypically what,
Yeah, the
young,
fly in the
brash, knows
yeah,
everything. Yeah,
the fly in the ointment. That
yeah,
one.
yeah. He's trying to redo Santa, sorry, Christmas
Yeah,
as it was. He
that's
said he's
right.
going broke.
But
We're on
you know
credit
what?
hold. Yeah.
But you know what? We will talk about that once you have it done with the AI.
Oh, there's
we'll get
no AI when I did that. No.
when you
What are you saying?
that's the when you're once you're done getting the short made
Oh, well, now, yeah.
with the AI, then we'll talk about it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we'll get
I
into
thought
all
we did
those
that one.
goodies.
Yeah. Oh, well, we are doing that one there as a real story. I won't say the title because it's probably going to.
And you know what?
It's all
Every you got to
copyrighted, by the way.
every you got to try. That's plain and simple. You got to try and make of it what you can.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So fun.
Yep. Yep.
Has all of that family thing in it, which I didn't plan on making it. But it was a comedy. Comedy was my thing.
Well, yeah. And
And
it's
the
a
irony
Christmas comedy, which
was
makes it
there.
even
Yeah, yeah.
doubly fun.
And it wasn't stupid either, not really over the top stupid stuff. I don't like
Well,
doing
no,
that.
it's not.
No. It's a good story, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Better than
Well, I knew that
nothing.
for first time I
Christmas
saw it. It
gift.
was like, oh yeah, okay. Now we just need to do a little bit of tweaking here, and you're off to the races.
I tell you what, I think I might that up into a story, into a book. I just thought of that. I could write that
Yeah,
as a story.
that would make for an
We're doing a
excellent.
lot of our stuff in book
I know,
form.
but that would make for an
Yes,
excellent
yeah,
Christmas a Christmas gift,
yes.
a Christmas
Well,
story. You know?
that would. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
After I
then
finish this one,
yeah. But then we will worry about that after we're done this,
so
and you're done doing the setup with the AI, and
oh,
then
I was just thinking the same.
and
So many
we
projects to be
well, yeah,
doing for
well,
us. It never ends, you know. It's
well,
not
it
like we're
shouldn't.
standing around doing nothing. Mm.
It's not exactly like you can retire from your brain, you know.
There is no retirement if you're a creative
No, there's
person.
no such thing as retiring when
It
you're a
never
writer.
stops. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. But
And that's what I'm
anyway,
saying. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
We'll, like I said, we'll go over that whole thing when you're ready to announce some goodies.
Yeah.
So, on
Uh,
that note,
on that note,
that will be all for tonight for late night nights. And if you're still hanging around, give us a share, give us a like, and we will be
that,
happy to talk to you next weekend.
yeah, all fun and games.
You betcha.
Ah.
Good night, everybody.